What's going on, guys? Today we're talking about some of the very first things that women notice about men. This one's going to be interesting. Stick around. Okay, it's great to see you, and as always, I'm glad that you're here. So in doing some of the research for this video, I read a quote online from a woman who said it like this: "You can tell exactly what a guy wants in life by his shoes." Now, let me just say this, that I'm not a dating or relationship expert, but before you jump on your pedestal and say that women like that are shallow and all they want is a guy with money or good looks and they don't want regular guys, my 2 cents and my humble opinion is this: that basically that's the wrong mentality, because you can't call her shallow because it's really not her fault that some guys just don't care how they present themselves to the world. Gentlemen, taking pride in your appearance is 100% up to you, and you can't blame her because you didn't put in any effort. Now, feel free to hide behind the excuse that, real men can wear whatever they want and real men don't care what women or really anyone else thinks. And while I do somewhat understand that, if you want to be in a relationship and you're currently not, that specific type of mentality needs to shift a little bit, my friend, because you don't get to complain about not having a lady friend if you're not willing to put in some effort. So if you do want to find someone that's into you for exactly who you are, because trust me guys, she's out there, but if you're unable to show her the real you because maybe you lack some self-confidence or have some insecurities, guys, that's not her fault either, and it's unfair to lump all women into the same category. Look, I've had plenty of comments on other videos that you may have seen by now from guys that say they don't care what anyone else thinks of them and real men this or real men that. So if the kind of subject matter in this video offends you, I'll just see you in a few days for a completely different video topic. But since you did click this video, I'll assume that you're maybe just a little bit interested in learning a few things that you maybe didn't already know. So look, I'll just leave everything else right there and let you know once again that I'm glad you're here. So men are pretty simple when it comes to first impressions because our checklist is pretty small compared to most women. Now, you might drive a Lamborghini, have a lot of money, but if you're insecure and lack some self-confidence and behave poorly, she probably won't care how much money you have, because most women want to feel turned on, attracted, and aroused by the way you interact with her and how you make her feel. Guys, focus on that because that's where the power is. Now, there's the physical attributes like your outward appearance and the clothes that you're wearing, but there's also other signals that she's picking up on, like confidence. There's plenty of good-looking guys out there who aren't in relationships because maybe they're lacking some self-confidence. Maybe these guys avoid eye contact or they can't hold a conversation. So if a woman is interested in you, she'll try to get your attention. If you don't act, she might move on to somebody else, but she also might make her way over to where you are in hopes that you'll talk to her. If you still don't, she might even start a conversation with you. And if you come across as shy or insecure, it's like you're telling her that you're not good enough for her. Even if you're the hottest guy in the room, she won't waste her time on you and she'll go talk to the average looking guy that can at least carry a conversation and that makes her feel a certain way, like sexy and desired, but in a non-creepy way. Another thing that women notice besides your confidence is your clothing. Now here's another quote that I read recently, and the woman wrote, "Women care far less about natural appearance than they do an overall look. Like, you can be pretty average looking but put yourself together well and you're a heartthrob. Also, you can tell the difference between the men and the boys mostly in how much care they put into actually purchasing a decent shirt that fits them correctly." Guys, you have got to take pride in your appearance, and that's primarily why this channel exists, is to help you look better, feel better, and have more confidence. Now, you don't need to go out and wear suits every single day, but you've got to be willing to try something beyond the bare minimum. Also, you don't need to be the hottest guy in the room, so let that go. Another thing that women first notice about men is their grooming habits. So this includes your skin condition, your haircut, and if you have facial hair, how well groomed that is. Yes, this also includes your nose hair, eyebrows, and ear hair. So women want to know that you're making the best of what you've been given and not using that as an excuse. Now, guys, you look at yourself in the mirror every single day, So there's really no excuse to have nose hairs creeping out or super long, scraggly eyebrows. And if you do have a beard, most women like to see it trimmed or at least managed on a regular basis. Which is a great segue because this video is brought to you by one of the best grooming tools I own, Brio. I've talked about Brio in a few other videos because it is legitimately my go-to grooming tool. The battery seriously never seems to die, but if and when it finally does, it's just a simple USB charge. It comes with an adjustable titanium rake that takes it from a really close 1 millimeter out to 1.9 millimeters. And it also comes with a bunch of different guard attachments that take it all the way out to 18 millimeters. It's the quietest trimmer that I own, which is a nice bonus. And it's made with a ceramic blade, which is 4 times harder than stainless steel. So this is why it operates so quiet. And also ceramic creates less friction and heat, which is fantastic because I do not want to get burned by my trimmer during the all-important manscaping. Guys, they tend to sell out of these things every time they run promotions like this, but they gave us a special link that I'll leave down below in the description that gets you a killer deal if you want to go pick one up for yourself. Another thing that women notice first about men is your social status, your manners, and how you treat other people. Look, if you're rude to service staff at bars and restaurants or customer service workers, and if you place yourself above them and go out of your way to talk down to them, chances are she'll be completely turned off by that. Guys, make it a point to be kind to people first. Now, if you're wronged, you do have the right to stand up for yourself, but do so in a respectful manner. You'll find that resolutions come a lot easier and more likely to go in your favor if you're respectful and don't draw some hard line in the sand. So this next one is pretty important, and that is how you handle the initial eye contact. How do you respond? Do you look away like you're embarrassed that you got caught looking? Or do you stay engaged and smile? See if she's still looking. If you notice her looking again and smiling, and you take the opportunity to go over and talk to her, she'll be drawn by your confidence because you just did what a lot of other guys are too uncomfortable to do. Is actually get up and go over and say hi. Now, guys, if you know and you feel that you're good enough, women will notice. Next up, guys, is your shoes. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again, women notice your shoes. And just like the quote that I read you earlier from the video, that you can tell exactly what a guy wants in life by his shoes, wearing nicer shoes goes a long way and it says a lot about the kind of man you are. Now listen, I'm not saying that you need to wear a costume or represent yourself falsely, but put in more effort than the bare minimum and you will see a benefit. Because if you don't care enough to put in just a little effort, and that's the first impression and the message that you're sending, you can't blame her for reading your message that you don't care. Because if you think about it, if you don't care about yourself, what else in life don't you care about? Don't send that signal. Okay, next up is your greeting and also your handshake. So are you limp-wristed with no grip pressure, or do you shake her hand with confidence and adequate pressure while maintaining eye contact and genuinely smiling back at her? Guys, this is also her opportunity to feel your hands. Now, I realize there's a lot of us that work with our hands and some who think it's manly to have cracked or calloused hands, but if you think about it, most women don't want those hands touching the rest of her body. At least, guys, try to clean your fingernails and maybe even use a little bit of hand lotion before you go out for the evening. So look, for me personally, there was a period there for about 20 years or so when I worked in manufacturing and I also raced cars on the weekends very competitively, where my hands were a complete wreck. And I remember being told on many occasions by my wife that she wished my hands looked and felt better. Take note, gentlemen, it's not always about you. Another thing that women notice first about men is their body language. So women notice how men carry themselves just like we notice how they carry themselves. So we might notice things like elegance, poise, and confidence. So if your body language is showing you as less important than anyone else in the room, she'll see it and make a decision on whether or not she wants to talk to you. Gentlemen, stand up straight, sit up straight, don't slouch, claim your space, and carry yourself with confidence, my friend. You deserve it. Okay, the last thing, but not least thing, that women notice about you is your smile. Smile genuinely and often. If you're insecure about your teeth, there's a lot of options out there for you. Now, personally, I was in braces for 6 months just a few years ago in my mid-40s because I wanted to fix my smile. At that age, though, I didn't need full bite correction or anything. I just wanted my smile to look better, and short-term braces was the quickest option for me. Guys, you can also do those clear aligner trays. And yes, they do work, but they can take up to a year or two, depending on what type of movement that you need done. Now, if you're also insecure that maybe your teeth are stained yellow, go see a dentist for a whitening treatment. Guys, you do have options, and the long-term benefits are worth it. Gentlemen, if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please take care of that right now, because I'm here twice a week with brand new videos. Also, hit that link down below in the description for that amazing deal from Brio. I want to thank you once again for watching, and I do appreciate your time. Guys, I'll see you in just a few days for a brand new video, but until then, live well, and I'll see you soon.